Nothing. I'm just testing the mic.
Okay.
Keep catching flies.
Mhm.
And we should be live and on camera and all that fun stuff. Whoa! Hey! What the heck? Alright, we are fully live and you took off somewhere and I don't know where the heck you went.
I went over to the barn.
See, let's see you on the map. It's a Smurf. It's a goddamn giant Smurf. So are you gonna say anything and introduce anything? Or
Yeah, just a second. I'm trying to figure out what the heck I've got here. Okay, so if you haven't figured it out, I am on a huge farm. I have a load of stuff following me around because I'm trying to find storage that fits this particular stuff. I'm still getting used to it. And yes, you're about to see a Smurf. Probably walk through walls.
why is he walking through walls?
Because he doesn't go around things, so I have to make everything phantom for him to be able to walk, or else he gets stuck.
That's why you're walking through all the walls?
Yeah.
Is it just a Smurf that gets stuck?
It's all the NPCs.
Um, so you're gonna tell anybody about this place that you're running around in?
Okay, so the region I'm on is Moonlight Ranch. And basically, I have a ton of animals. I'll show you those in a minute. I have crystal mining, oil mining, time sticks. I'm just kind of going to have to go through them.
Yeah, that's the engineer dude that have on OS Grid dancing.
Huh, okay.
Smart.
So where does the rest of this go? What?
Nothing, just laughing at you.
Why? Because I can't remember where everything goes?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have anything organized yet. I just rezzed it all out, and now I've got, well, for lack of a better term, a huge clusterfuck of just stuff.
Just stuff.
Yeah,
Pieces and parts and pieces.
pretty much.
Pretty much a place for your stuff.
Haven't organized any of it yet, so. Yep. Yeah, right. I thought those were never here. I did. Because eventually I'll be separating, um, or I should say, organizing these storage areas a little bit better uh, to help when I'm harvesting. Like that main first barn that I went into, that will be mostly kitchen stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm walking this time, I'm not running.
I got you.
Change out the honeycomb though. I've got like 3 different honeycomb things.
You got honeycombs. You got Captain Crunch.
No. Okay, so what I'm doing now is if you see the plots and you see the little things hovering above them, uh, those are harvest from these. And I put them in each little piece.
It's a bunny rabbit. Thumper.
Uh-huh.
Thumper.
Yeah.
What was it? Thumper and Bumper? Fluffy. Thumper and Fluffy.
Yes. It's my bunnies.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm collecting harvest and putting them in storage. I'm gonna make sure I don't grab too many. That'll make me crash.
Yeah, the viewers, I don't know if it's us or what, but the viewers seem to be very, very unstable these days. I mean, I can't even use Firestorm.
Yes, we're gonna run.
Chickens.
Feel good that I'm running and I'm not flying, because usually I fly everywhere. Walking's too slow.
Walking through walls. Oh, it's a pizza oven. It needs real wood that's kind of fake looking.
Yeah, well, I didn't make it. So.
Raspberries, really?
Yeah, it's the only time I can go near a raspberry.
What's next? Peaches and cedar?
Actually, they don't have any peach trees or cedar trees. All right, back to the other barn we go.
Yeah. So what is the purpose of this farm? Did you just crash?
Yes, I did.
I still see you running. Might want to minimize your friends list there.
Well, I've only got like 3 or 4 people, and most of them are myself and you.
Me, myself, and I.
Yeah. Over here, I don't know.
The last place that I saw you.
No. The last place that saw me was in front of the banana trees.
Not when you crashed. Well, you saw you, but the server saw you.
I think I may have just lost that harvest by crash.
It's not over here. I don't see anything floating. I don't know how any of that works, so
I don't know what happens to it when you crash, but it disappears.
no. It's not in here. Hmm.
Harry disappeared.
Harry disappeared? Who's Harry? Oh, you hairy monkey.
Okay, he's back. So, kind of a little bit of frustration that I do have is that when it raises out the harvest from these plots, it doesn't raise them high enough. So you have to, get your camera at just the right spot to be able to click on the harvest
Mm-hmm.
so it follows you. Or else you just keep clicking on the plot. It's a little annoying.
Can you raise in the script the Z height?
I don't know.
It's just Smurf. Bucket of water.
Yeah, he's walking around water and stuff. And he talks too. Tells you where he's going, what he's doing.
I'll be right back.
Now, most of my stuff I try to keep on an auto watering. It's the reason I have so many water towers. But it doesn't always work. That's the reason I have the farmers.
Lemons. You making lemonade?
I've got lemons, oranges, apples, cherries.
No, you got still around here somewhere, so it's some hard lemonade.
Yes, I have a distillery. It's in that first barn.
Got these pigs and fish.
Huh?
Slop and fish.
Oh.
Crystals. Gems. Gold. Fun stuff. Biodiesel.
Mm-hmm.
Babies over there catching flies. You know the ducky.
Okay, where did the cranberries go?
You're in the turkey.
That's pretty good.
What do you know it's cold? Looks like we'll start seeing the snow in the morning. It's 8 a.m. or so. What alcohol? Wonder what she's doing with that. Wood alcohol and gasoline. She's making some white lightning. I guess that's to fuel your tractor.
And some of my lights.
I do bootleg.
Sure.
It's the family business.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go over here.
Why is there a coconut right here in the middle of the ground?
Because I can't find a storage for it.
So,
So I gotta make one, and I just haven't done so yet. Oil out of this one. And yes, it says energy because I took that power points. So
petroleum?
big mix.
What the heck was that?
Yes, I mine oil, petroleum, and I'm not even trying to say that last one.
Petroleum, oil, and what?
You can go look. I'm not saying that word.
Methane?
No.
Yeah.
Starts with Q.
Yeah, methane. Or methane.
Okay.
I know what it is. And why do you have a little mining cart here in the middle of nowhere?
It's the part of the storage for the gems.
Okay. There's your dragon. Lighting all your stuff on fire.
That's okay. He doesn't care.
What are these things over here that the dragon's flying by? It says they're all idle.
Yeah, they're all mining pieces, which I'm showing right now. This one is coal. That's not active. Here is clay. Aluminum.
Aluminium.
Phosphorus. Iron. Feldspar. Sulfur. Sandstone. And
Salt here.
Uh-huh. I found out my harvest.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get it here in a second. My harvest. The one that I lost when I crashed.
Mm-hmm.
Figured out where it went.
Where'd it go?
It's in the water over there. Right, just a second.
My hands are burning. Got a kitty at my feet.
I got one on my lap.
Let me guess, Taz?
Yeah.
Yeah. Birdie at my feet. Still here.
To play in a minute because that's the other barn. Get this harvest.
Gonna go see what's over here.
If I crash again, it's because I got too many things following me.
Fish feeder and a dolphin.
You cut in and out, honey. It's like your mic only picks up half of what you're saying. I think the sensitivity might be set a little too low.
Oh no, can you hear me now? I mean, I'm talking.
Yeah, when you're talking actively, I can hear you, but it's like there's a delay in the pickup for your mic.
It might just be Messenger. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be.
Since we're in two different rooms now, two different audio sources.
Yeah.
Kind of a plungy way of doing it, but hey, it works, I think. I hope. It'd be nice if somebody told us.
Yeah.
Minor Moon. Let me guess, that's the engineer dude.
Yeah.
And your dragon just let him up.
And yes, I just added cannabis to my flower storage. Hey, I didn't make the plots.
And why is your Smurf watering the gems?
I don't know, I guess they require water. Raspberries and sunflower seeds. Where were those go?
I'm not a
I do.
drinkage.
Why are you in the barn? The dragon's in the barn.
Did you get stuck?
No, everything should be phantom. It's just, why is he in the barn? Sunflower seeds go here. And stick the raspberries. I swore I had clay. There it is. Okay. All right, Levy, we're going to start over by the bunnies.
By the bunnies?
Yep.
Bunnies.
Now, I've pretty much got the
You wanna
harvest
buy a bunny?
mostly done.
One and one makes two. You're running again.
Told you, walking slow. Okay, so we have bunnies. Thumper and Fluffy. And Fluffy's pregnant.
Mm.
Okay, over here we got some cows. The big ones are all males, the little one's the female. But she's just a baby, so. Here we've got some reindeers. They're still babies though. Here we've got the sheep. And one of them's pregnant. You wanna buy a bunny?
You wanna buy a bunny?
One and one make 10.
Alright, where you at?
All right. I am over by the elk, which I am getting ready to walk. Let's go.
Readjust my volume a little bit. Okay, you over to buy the goats.
And I've got pregnant ones.
Mm-hmm.
She's pregnant.
Got a pregnant goat.
Yeah. Now I'm going over to the ostriches. And they're still babies too. And they do stick their head in the ground.
Mm.
Okay. I'm going to show you one of my favorite areas, which is on the other side of the barn. Yes, they're all still babies. I got puppies and I got kittens.
Puppies and kitties.
Yeah.
Is Taz jealous?
Nah. He likes other animals. Okay, so you already saw the mining operations. All right. Tell me where.
I recognize you're right in front of you.
Ready? I'm going to run.
Uh-oh. Just sit here and watch your butt.
Well, it's not as big as it used to be. Okay. I already know the gems aren't even close to being ready yet. As you can see, they're only 37, 36%.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not ready for harvesting. Okay. Over to the pig pen.
Big pen. Blink, blink.
And knowing my luck, he'll be pregnant.
Even the pigs fool around.
Okay, Benny is good. And yep, Fifi's pregnant. Okay. We need food and water. This one over here. And the big thing, get product, blob. Water. Food, add the slot. I'm it again. Add the water.
Where you going, Herbie?
Need another one.
Where you Herbie? Where you going, fat boy?
Mm-hmm.
Herbie, Herbie. Herbie abandoned me.
Taz is too lazy to abandon me. Okay.
I think Herbie's the one in there to make a deposit.
Oh, lovely. Okay, yes, I just raised out 2 buckets of slop. And I'm ready.
What you doing? Beautiful boy.
We are going to the end of the dock.
Yeah, pay attention to what I'm doing.
And their text is in red. They're hungry.
Uh,
food source. It seems like the past couple of days, every time I come out here, my poor dolphins are starving. Okay. Okay. Now you can see I got dolphins. And yes, she says she's hungry. It'll take them a few minutes to delete the food. And I'm going to have to fly for this one, Sonia.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to show off the outer island pieces. Now, most of this I did not make. This you can find pretty much on OpenSim, if you're familiar with OpenSim.
OpenSim World.
Well, just OpenSim in general.
Mm-hmm. On the hypergrid.
Yeah. This little island is my dolphin island, and then here.
Sea monsters.
No, they're a type of dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one on the other side of dolphins is another dragon one with mermaids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Sonia, follow. Now, the ones I'm about to show will eventually be moved to a different region,
Mm-hmm.
but for now, they are set over here. And, oh, boy, apparently I need to water some grass. Yes, these are elephants.
Elephants. But they're not pink elephants.
No, they're not. Okay.
They're colored pachyderms. Right, Ruby?
Okay, grass is watered. Get out of here.
Excuse me.
Okay, so apparently I'm going to need 3 waters for each feeder. I may have to raise up another water tower. Okay. After the elephants, which are still babies, by the way. We got some giraffes, which are also still babies. Pretty cute. Need more water.
Oh, I keep yawning. What's all this rock over here?
Huh?
What's with all this rock over here? What's over there?
It's just pretty.
Is it pretty?
And I plan on doing something with the little, like, grotto that's in there. Not sure what yet, but I'll figure it out. Yeah, this section is in no way complete. Like I said, these particular animals will end up being moved to a different region.
Mm-hmm.
Because Outworld's an amazing resource for ores, pre-made ores and pre-builds and stuff like that. And I definitely give them some major props.
Mm-hmm.
But they have an African ore,
Mm-hmm.
which I want to load up and put my tigers and my lions and my elephants and my giraffes. Oh, you gonna abandon me, Chaz? Yep, there he goes.
It has. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my.
But yeah, these are the tigers. And they're still babies. And down here.
Getting
Are
hurt.
my lions.
Lions.
Mm-hmm.
That's
What?
not a male lion.
It's a baby. They don't have a mane until they get older. Yeah, because if you were to say right click on one and click edit,
Mm-hmm.
you would see the outline of the mane.
Oh, okay.
It's there, it just doesn't show until he's an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm not gonna walk around an entire 4x4 to look for the bridge that connects all these. So we're just gonna go across the river here and down again.
What you got over here? Oh, you're jumping area.
Yep. This is the jump track. Run, Mickey, run. And my horses.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still babies too.
Mm-hmm.
And no, black is not the color that they actually come in. They all come in the pretty brown with red eyes. But I just added some color to the females to make them black.
You can tell them apart.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. And that's not the only horse area either. You can see there's a little reservoir sign here where you can rent a horse and you can ride it around. Not really meant for jumping, more kind of, I don't know how to explain it.
It looks like it's just kind of a modified car strip.
Yeah, pretty much. Um, but it works for now until I can get something better. Oh, you guys really need water, don't you? Hi, baby.
The hurdy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, where's she's got food and water? Okay, like I said, 90% of the stuff on this particular region, I did not build. You get it from the Seder Farm package. Um, and there's one other one. And what is the stuck on the rocks? What is stuck on? It's stuck on something. Let's find it. No idea. It's stuck. It's not stuck anymore. I've got random hay floating over here. Oh, let's hope. Ah, it's getting stuck on the grass, which for some reason isn't going phantom like I told it to.
Is it linked or something? Or?
Yeah. Yeah, it's linked. The whole thing should be phantom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the taste of it.
Oh,
Okay.
excuse me.
Okay. So I'm gonna fly here a little bit. I'm following the trail, Sonia.
I'll just follow your butt.
There's a fountain over there. We go over here. Now, normally when someone comes to the ranch, oops, this is where they're gonna land.
Mm-hmm.
Right here. If I have it set. Let me double check. Okay, there we go. But this is where somebody would land.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you go forward, that's just a cute little horse stable. But if you go to the right, this is the main Moonlight Ranch building. And this barn is one of mine.
This is where you go when you want to get down on the farm.
Yes. There will be a line dance floor.
Mm-hmm.
Let me actually see if I can find it really quick. What's that? There. Put on this end. I think just slightly. Again. Now it's right.
Or you just put it on the floor?
Yep.
It's not doing anything for me.
Huh?
It's not doing anything. Oh, there it goes.
Okay. So, like I said, this region is still very much under construction. It's in no way finished, but this is my current project on the grid. All right. Okay, we are going to go into map here. Oh, wait, back right down.
Hmm.
Okay. We're running. Okay, so back towards the res here, or the landing area. Great. Okay, and like I said, this barn right here is just a stables, which I'm still modifying a bit, because I actually have a way to lower the trim count on it,
Mm-hmm.
which I will do here soon, just not right now. Okay, so we're going to go off the path here. Well, it's still the path, just not the main path. And yes, you can see stuff over there. Across the river. Go across this bridge right here. Into the little forest, which has nice little gazebo with a fan, some comfy chairs, and they do work.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we'll come back to that. As you can tell, I haven't finished that area either. There's no path leading over to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes, you see a little white dot on that tree. There's a hidden little spot for you to hit. And you sit here and you read a book. Okay. Over there, across the way, hidden in a little alcove here, it's a little fire thing. And this is supposed to be fun. And a cute little fire pit. And just for a bunch of people to kind of hang out and chit chat and all that kind of good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And let's see. There's a couple other little hidden spots around here in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a bench in one area. There's a little puddle blanket in another. You just kind of got to explore and find it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to go back to this bridge because if we keep following the path, we're just going to end up back on the fog, looking at the end.
Mm-hmm.
A cute little bridge. Unfortunately, no, I didn't make it.
It would be too hard to make.
No, it should be pretty easy. A little pavilion over here with a fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
And some seating. Again, haven't finished it. And here, I do plan on putting on probably a couple of benches or something on here. Very simple. But that is it for the ranch, at least for right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Um, hopefully in the next few weeks I'll be able to finish it off and have the riding trail because those trails. The original reason for them is for a riding trail for the horses.
Mm-hmm.
And it will eventually continue through the outer edging here that you can see. So it'll be a nice long riding trail. And of course, you don't have to ride the horse. You can walk the trail, you can run the trail, you can fly the trail. Yeah, I wish I had the in-shape scripts and whatnot, but unfortunately, they don't quite work properly, even in Halcyon, which is what they were made for. So trying to get them to work in OpenSim would be quite the challenge.
Yeah, a lot of the code is just not there because, the interface with Android and servers and all that, there's so many pieces missing, and the creator, he's not really involved in any of the stuff anymore. He doesn't really want to have anything to do with it anymore. Can't blame him for, what happened, but it's cut all ties.
Yep. All right. Actually, give me just a second. I am going to change my clothes. Here, so you can't see it if I end up naked. Well, I didn't end up naked, but I do need to find my hood. I should be able to wear all my stuff now. The only reason I was wearing the clothes that I was, and I didn't have the shape that I normally do, was because before we worked out all the bugs and the kinks, my mesh body was having an extremely hard time keeping its settings.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to take it off and put on a normal default body.
Mm-hmm.
And everything's pretty stabilized. I should be able to look like me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Your big old booty.
It's not as big as it used to be. I've kind of trimmed it down a little. But yeah, she's got a big ass. But this is my default. And yes, I have purple hair. I should say this is Jupiter's default, not my default. I'll show you me in a little while. Because Jupiter is who I use to actually work on the grid and all that kind of stuff. And then I've got my my personal avatar that I use, which has stuff. Jupiter's the grid admin, and my normal avatar, which is Nikki.
It's your fun avatar.
Yeah, she's my fun avatar, but she also does her own work too, because she controls all of Galaxy, and she controls Moonlight Fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Just everything else is through Jupiter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we are getting ready to leave the ranch here.
Where are you going?
Well, I'm going to let you showcase the racetrack.
Not yet. We'll do that on another Monday because I want to make sure things are working right and all there before I head over there.
Okay. Well, as you can see from the map itself, we've got a pretty huge racetrack.
Mm-hmm. Lots and lots of physical cars, and
Mm-hmm.
the little hobo spot over there, and some garages. There'll be some shops over there for people who do hopefully get creators that create their own cars and motorcycles and stuff like that, and associated things.
Give me just a second. Holy cow!
Boy. Yeah, I think that ore needs to be restarted. Somebody went a little crazy.
Yeah, there are a ton of art pieces and ambulances, and wow.
Yeah. Okay, leave that ore right quick, and I will restart it.
Yeah, I was wondering why I was seeing all these little dots on there. I was like, please don't tell me one of my breedables, ran away and just started breeding like crazy over there. Come on, load. Thank you.
I don't know what happened over there.
I don't know. That could be what was causing the memory issues.
Well, right now, it's not the raceway that's doing all the memory. It's DC that's got the majority of the memory at the moment.
Weird.
The raceway only has 1 gig of memory that I was using.
Okay, well, I just teleported to Moonlight Pass, which is home to Galaxy Tip Jars, which again is still under construction. I haven't finished it yet. Okay, so we walk in. As you can see, there's a bunch of vendors out that all say coming soon. Now, I do have a couple out already. Mostly just the snowflake teddies. These I know everybody says keep open free and all this kind of stuff, but they worked hard on this stuff.
There's nothing wrong with people making a bit of an income on it helps fund their stuff, their connections, and people put hard work in things.
Exactly, especially because I utilize Second Life a lot, and what I mean by utilizing Second Life is I will go over there, I will contact a creator, and I will pay extra to be able to take it over to my grid.
Mm-hmm.
I have grips that are like that. I have clothes that are like that. Because I have this amazing place where I get a lot of mesh templates for clothes and things like that. And she allows people to take them up to like 5 other grids as long as you register that grid.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, I registered my grid and everything like that.
There's nothing wrong with people earning a few glow bits or whatever. And, it's just when it becomes your main focus and your
Yeah.
drive, and all you do is push ads and money, 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 money. That's when it just gets annoying. It's like, okay, go away.
Yeah. Money is not at all our main focus.
We want a
But
community and a place for people to be and be creative and hang out and find other folks and make friends.
right. But the ability to make money is here. We are Globit enabled grid. Our entire grid is Globit enabled.
People can buy their own templates, and it
Mhm.
just kind of funds their creativity and gives them a little bit of a boost. But it's not what it's all about.
Right. Yeah, the stuff you see from Galaxy that's actually for sale, or the stuff you see like from Moonlight Fashion that's for sale, or Galaxy Streams, all those kind of places. Anything that's specifically related to Moonlight Estates Grid that is for sale goes directly towards the proceeds for the grid itself. Everything goes back into the grid.
Yeah.
Okay. We plan on making no money off of this, but we do have donation orbs and all that kind of stuff because we are using our own funds to do this. Yes, our server is in house, so we're not um, putting money out to somebody else. But that also means that raises our electricity bill.
Yeah, we got to cover our electricity bill and server maintenance and stuff like that, and our internet connection. But it's not our main focus. Somebody can come in and they want to be a creator, and it's a safe place. But if they something happens in the family or their health or job and all that, hey, I can't make my rent, or hey, talk to us, and we understand. Shit happens. That's the fact, not being driven by the almighty dollar and profit, profit, profit. Oh, we got to shut down because we can't make this month's, $30,000, server, bill, like other grids have done, and we're not, you know, an ad farm like SL has become.
Yeah. Yeah, we are not the biggest grid out there by a long shot.
We don't plan on being.
No. Like there's one grid that has, and it's an open sim grid, hypergrid enabled, but it has over 875 regions.
Mm-hmm.
I do not want to get that big. I don't want to even get anywhere close to that.
No.
But at the same time, if the income is there to cover the cost of that, then I don't see an issue with it.
It just people offset, make donations, all that just kind of offset some of our costs. It just makes things a little bit easier on us. We've planned it and we've set it up where it's fully sustainable with what we make and what we have. Not beyond our means, so we don't have to put a donation blurb on the front page and pop up ads and all that. Beg for money. We don't. If you want to drop us a few glow bits or dollars or whatever, hey, we're not going to say no, but we're not going to demand it and beg.
I know that there's something here.
Hmm. Turn on transparency.
I don't have to. It's just really tiny.
What is it?
It's just a very, very tiny prim because I messed up when making the building
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't realize that this tiny little piece was there. So now when you go to walk into the building, it stops you.
Mm-hmm. So can't you get rid of it?
That's what I'm doing right now.
I'm still waiting for the raceway to come back up. It's hopefully all those scripts aren't there. I don't know if somebody went crazy, or if there's a bug, or I don't know.
See a tiny little prim. Why can't I delete it? Because I don't own the store.
Nikki owns
Okay.
the store.
I'm gonna cheat. I'm going into God. I can delete this tiny piece of thing. If I remember correctly, there was more than one, but I can't find the other one.
You know what they're called?
No. There's like Prim O and stuff like that.
Oh.
I think I got the rest of them. Interesting. But now I should just walk through without problem. And yes, my moon rotates. But this is Moonlight Fashion. As of right now, we have things, shapes.
Not safe for work section.
Yeah, pretty much. We have some outfits already out, and some of this is free, some of it is not. Usually the print-based stuff or Photoshop-based stuff is free. Like this here, called the Nikki outfit, is free.
Mm-hmm. It's one of your first ones.
Yep.
Are your
The
stairs
seams,
missing, or am I?
it looks like they're missing. That's all right. I'll fix that later. The mesh stuff, however, is not free. Because those take a lot of time and a lot of effort
Mm-hmm.
to be able to create these. So those are not free. Most of the shoes are free. If they're not, they will not be on one of these first two sections here.
I'm gonna try to go to the raceway and see
If the ambulances went away.
it looks like I see them on the map, but
Yeah, the map may not have just updated yet.
yeah, they're all over. I don't know if somebody briefed us or there's an error.
Well, unfortunately, the only way to be able to really tell would be to reload the orb. Or go to a backup that we had from like a week ago. Okay. So, as you can see, there's still quite a bit of work that still needs to be done. Like, I need to replace the particle texture in my fountains because for some reason they're just gone. But I think that has to do with us switching from Halcyon to OpenSim. Some of the assets disappeared a little bit, and I haven't been able to fix all of them yet. I'm getting there, slowly but surely. Okay, this is Moonlight District 2. These are all pretty much empty shops. There's only a couple of them that have some stuff in them. The rental boxes, and these are all free rentals. The rental boxes for all of these shops are located in Moonlight Land Holdings, which is right there. And that is on Moonlight Bay. Yeah, Moonlight Bay. Okay, so, and with these shops, if you want a particular one, say you want this white one right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you would say, okay, look in the corner of the shop. There are numbers on each of the buildings. This particular shop is number 13. So when you go into Moonlight Land Holdings, yes, I'm walking. across the region. Doing it while I'm walking instead of flying. And I didn't crash. Yay! Okay, so building 13 is what we're looking at. Here, and you see all these pretty little copper numbers. You'll look for 13. Oh, I believe that's going to be it. And there's the white shop. So, the blue pin has the landmark for that particular shop. And there will eventually be a little box right here in the bottom, opposite corner of the landmark pin. And that will be the actual rental box. And like I said, these are free rentals, so you don't have to pay the rental box anything. The rental box is just to say, okay, that shop is occupied. So even if you haven't rezzed anything out and you've been gone for 3 days or something, someone decides, oh, I'm interested in that, but they come over here and, oh, it's already rented. Okay, I gotta pick a different one. That's the purpose for the rental boxes. And that's what the rental box will look like. You see up here right above this empty vendor. It's a little box that says locked. That is the rental box. I do have some that say available, and we'll go to those now. And please don't crash. Okay. Okay. But as you can see, they say available for lease for 0 low bids per week. Minimum tenancy is 1 week. Maximum tenancy is 16 weeks. Prim allowance for that particular parcel is 2,010 prims. Gives you the area in square meters, and that particular parcel is 2,992 square meters. And of course, in that bottom corner is the landmark pin. So, you know, if you come over here and you're looking at all these and you're going, well, I like that plot and I like that plot, put the little pin, give a landmark to each one, go look at both, figure out which one you want. Because there are a ton of them available and still more to come. Okay, when they are available, as you can see, the moon is actually blue and it says available. Let's see. Okay. Anyway, the moon is gray when it is locked. And I'm going to go into the content manager here so I can show you the different ones here. Okay, so if it's rented, the moon is going to be a nice dark deep blue and it's going to say it's rented. And of course, locked is the gray moon and it says locked. If it is expiring or you're late on the rent, it is going to say expiring and the moon is going to be red. When it's working on doing something, it's just a yellow moon and it says it's busy. And then, of course, the available with the light blue moon. Okay. So those are nice and easy to read. I made them very simple. I know. I'm passing by this place. Thing with all the color. Okay. This section here is for the Aloha Starlight Mall.
Okay, I'm gonna go to a full screen for you because I have to run to the other room right quick. So let you kind of take over for that, and I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, Aloha we will show you in a little while. And the reason being is it is actually quite a bit a ways from our location now. Um, as you can see, I'm on Moonlight Bay right now, but if I go south on the map, down to Starrise Isle, this is the Aloha Starlight Mall. Okay, and I will show that to you a little later. But these are all the rental boxes for those shops. And of course the pins with the landmarks. That's what that section is for. Okay. Here. And we're back on District 2. And like I said, these shops are in particular are all free. Ooh, I fixed my water texture. Okay. Yeah. Okay. As far as these shops over here, this whole little section here, which is what we call Main Street. I'm not very picky about what you're putting out here. You can sell the stuff or you can set it for free. It doesn't matter. There are the rental terms, which I believe are in the covenant, which isn't loaded anymore. So, this is actually supposed to be in there, but it's not. So. Okay. So my terms, my agreements are very simple and very easy to follow. We don't want light particle self-cycling follow scripts. They just create too much lag. Keep it professional and tidy. We sell adult products. Remember, it's a moderate region, which I need to reset that as well. So, no sexual or explicit nude stuff. No stuff that should be considered adult. You will have to find a different region for that, which we will have an adult shopping region. We just haven't gotten quite that far. Okay, the minimums, maximums, all that kind of stuff, which displays on the rental box. Tells you how to rent it. Tells you what to do with the logos, because all these particular shops already have signs up. You should be able to drag and drop your texture to the sign. If you cannot, you can send it to Jupiter, and Jupiter will put it on the sign. If, like I said, if for some reason you can't just drag and drop it to it, then send it to Jupiter. The bonus of having to send it to Jupiter, which you can do anyway, even if you can drag and drop it to the picture. If you want to send your image to Jupiter, then I will replace the image that is in Moonlight Land Holdings, the rental office. So it's your logo that's on the image and not the logo, not the picture in the store or the post. Okay. You are responsible for keeping track of the expiration. It will send you a reminder 3 days before. There is a grace period, and full 7 days. So that basically gives you 10 days to be able to renew the rental. If for some reason you can't do that, send me a message. Okay. Like I said, I'm very, like Sonia said earlier too, we're very lenient on that. We understand things come up, things happen. Send me a message either in world or by email. The email is really easy, jupiter.moon@moonlightestates.me. You can even send us a message through Discord or Facebook. So there's tons of ways to contact us.
communication is key. If something's going on and we don't hear from you, we just won't delete everything. We'll save it. We'll back it up. We'll save it just in case, there was an accident and you're, not able to communicate because you're, hurt or in a coma or, an emergency that brought you out of town. You didn't have time. We understand that stuff happens. So, we just won't just get rid of everything. Everything you've done is lost. We'll save it. And if you come back and say, hey, this is what happened, and we understand things happen.
Yeah.
We'll get you. Won't hold everything indefinitely, but you know, we know. There's some things that happen.
Yep. We've been there.
Yeah.
Okay, these little vintage shops over here, which yes, are the same buildings as over there, but the little plaza that I created over here, the reason why they are kind of separated from the rest is because these shops do have a very specific purpose. This little strip here is for free items only. So if you rent one of these particular shops, no, you're not allowed to sell anything from these shops. If it is for sale, it has to be for $0. But it's easier just to make the object free to copy.
Yeah. Well, you can do put it for sale and put it for $0. So that way, all they gotta do is click it, and because some people don't know to right click, take copy, and some people won't. But the point is, they can't charge money or Globits for it. But if they set it for sale, it's got to be for $0 or free to copy. So people have, they can just click on it, click buy. They're not paying anything, but they can still use the buy process. Since some people are familiar with that more than they are with the right click, take copy, and things like that.
Okay. The reason I suggested the free copy instead of the buy process is because if they're from another grid and they hypergrid it in, I have noticed I've had more issues with the buy process than I have with the free to copy. That's why I recommend it. Now, my true recommendation is do both.
Mm-hmm. That's what I just said.
Yeah. But doing one or the other, I would suggest free to copy versus just for sale.
Yeah, you put it there. If you're from the hypergrid, take a copy. If you are from our grid, go ahead and use the buy, whichever. Because there is an issue, going across grids and stuff like that. And then if you do the buy, you may not be able to take it across grid, but if you do the copy, you might be able to take it across grid. That's what you're trying to say?
No, not quite. It's more the delivery that I've noticed the issues with. It's not so much crossing the grid and it coming with you.
Okay, I got you. UIDs and all that, and if you click buy, it may not end up in your inventory because there's a lag or something, or being able to. So if somebody jumps across 3 different grids, not from their home grid, but they went to say their home grid to OS grid to something grid to something grid, then to ours, they're like 5 grids separated, and the delivery might fail.
Right.
Okay.
I've had that done even going to like the major shopping malls out on the hypergrid, where they have basically everything you could possibly imagine.
Mm-hmm.
I'll click on an item and click buy, and it'll sit there and spin for 5 minutes, and I'll never receive the item. Yeah,
it could also be that the person who's on that grid, they may have separated the stuff 3 grids down, and
exactly, but I've never really had that problem when it's free to copy.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when it's free to copy, you right click on it, you click take copy, and usually within like 10 seconds, it's in my suitcase.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just depends on how long the chain is as far as creation and where they put it and whatnot. It's the internet, it's not foolproof.
Yeah. I learned that it's a lot easier for me to, if I'm out shopping the hypergrid, I'll go to a grid, I'll get what I want to get, and then I'll come back to my home point.
Mm-hmm.
And then once everything finishes loading at my home point and I see everything in my suitcase, then I'll go to another grid and do some more shopping and then come back to my home. Yes, it's a pain in the butt having to do it that way, but it guarantees that everything comes back with me.
Right.
Yeah, I realize that some people may not have that issue, but that's basically what I've learned over the course of the past few years, um, as I've been jumping from grid to grid to grid to grid.
Yeah, it just really depends on how many hops between the different servers on the internet, the backbones and what that grid that you bought on, what they're running on. Maybe they have a good down speed, but not really good up speed. Just so many variables. You know, you even see that just not in OpenSim and XL, but you see it all over the web. You may go to one page that works instantly, but another one that's slow because there might be something in between that's not quite 100%. There's just
It could be something as simple as that the grid you're going to doesn't have a setting quite right.
there could be that too. Who knows? Or they're flooding their internet connection with they're doing some backups or something, or maybe their internet provider is having issues in that area. Who knows? It's just the weirdness of pretty much, or just the weirdness of the internet in general.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, the region I am on is Moonlight Hills. And this entire sim is called This and That Furnishings. And everything in these 4 buildings is free. And the reason for that is because this is all stuff from Linda Kelly and Flutterfly. Okay, I just put my own twist with my own buildings and my own decor. But yes, everything on this particular sim is completely free. Not all the buildings are completely full, but they're getting there. Gotta love open sim stairs. As you can see here, there's some freebie lights and chandeliers and stuff. And I'm just gonna cam up. It's easier than walking up the stairs. Okay, and there's a lot of artwork and stuff on the 2nd floor. And some jewelry. Looks like. Okay, over in that building over there, we've got mostly outdoor stuff. This building over here. I'm trying to remember what's in this one. Some stairs. Okay, this looks like some random things here.
Okay, the raceway's clean again. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if it's something I did or somebody did something, but they're all gone. There was 440 of them.
Wow. Okay, the big building at the top of the hill has all the actual furniture, living room sets, kitchen sets, bedroom sets, bathroom sets, dining room sets. You can see kitchen, bar. We've got some office furniture. Here, simple decor things, fish tanks, easels. sides. We got the bathrooms, and of course, we've got some nice bathrooms, and then of course, if you're building something grungy, we've got grungy bathrooms. Laundry rooms. Some bedroom sets. And then you go upstairs. No, I'm not taking the stairs. I'm cheap. Okay, we've got some outdoor stuff over here. And over here. These are mostly like for tea rooms and lounge rooms and stuff like that. Piano. There's pool tables. Okay, I'm going here, and you can see all the different sections, mostly living room. But I think this is all living room up here. And you'll forgive me if I don't walk around the little staircases because there's an issue right there with those corners.
Oh, you didn't fix that yet?
No, I haven't fixed it yet.
Still fall through the floor?
Yep.
Just be able to res out a couple of visit rooms.
But there's a ton of living room sets. And like I said, this is all the free stuff that you get from the Linda Kelly stores.
Yeah, the Freebie Mall and all those places that we've just kind of collected everything in one spot for everyone.
Right. Thankfully the Creative Commons license kind of allows us to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one of the areas that we have a bunch of freebie stuff. And let's go to the map. And a little bit. We're going to go up first.
Yeah, I gotta work on the northern seas and split that section up so it runs a little better and the map looks better.
Okay, I'm just giving everything a minute to load. Because what you don't see is what's behind me, and there is a lot. All in one building.
Where are you at on your stream? Yeah.
Yep.
Galaxy streams.
Welcome to Galaxy Streams. Where you can stream the galaxy.
Don't forget to put the page.
Okay, so of course I already showed you where Galaxy Tip Jars is. And Galaxy Streams is on Galaxy Isle. As you can see, there's all the stream boxes here. Right now they are blue because they are locked. Four of them, they are locked, but for some reason they just decided they didn't want the blue texture.
So you got to get the scripts from the one person still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You're going to try to do that in a couple of weeks, or you got a different
Yes.
timeline for that?
It depends on money wise.
Okay, on our budget? Okay.
Because the reason all the vendors are locked currently is because I'm waiting to be able to get some scripts from this awesome girl in Second Life who specializes in Centova scripts that will allow you to rent the stream from the vendor, and it will automatically create the stream, send you the note card with the password and all that kind of stuff. And when you decide you no longer want that stream, it will automatically delete that stream and create a new one for the vendor itself. Basically, it makes a lot less work on my part.
Yeah, and that way the stream is instantly available for the person, and you don't have to wait for you to get the email and set it up and send that. So if they just want to stream right away and need a stream, it's there.
Exactly.
We're just waiting for the automation process. But
Yep.
the streams are available. If somebody contacts you and hey, you want to stream, you can get one right
Absolutely.
away. So they don't have to wait till then. Like I said, communication is key.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I just put the link in the Facebook chat.
Okay, thank you. As you can see, we have. Well, the Shoutcast board's going to give me a hard time at the moment, and that's because Nikki owns it, but that's fine. There are a lot of vendors out, so we'll have more than enough for everything. The downstairs is all Shoutcast. Live and auto DJs. All you gotta do is like this section over here. You can see it has the auto DJ, but there's no live side. That's because this entire section is all auto DJ. Okay, starting here, you can see where it says the auto DJ. This is all auto DJ, starting with the 10 listeners and going up from there around the corner. And then this half of the store on the bottom floor is all live streams. And of course, with the auto DJ streams, you can have live as well. But the reason they're separated is because there is a price difference, because the auto DJ requires me to give you space on my hard drive. So, but this is the downstairs, and then the upstairs has our IceCast streams. Well, also has our daily streams, which is this little section you see right here. And then this section over here, we have live and auto DJ for IceCast. And the reason the IceCast section is so small is because most people automatically go for the Shoutcast.
Yeah. IceCast is a little bit newer, but it can be, a lot of people stream with Winamp and stuff like that, and it doesn't really play well with IceCast right off the bat. You gotta do some weird things with Edcast and whatnot, but if they use like Sam Broadcaster and Mix and all that should have IceCast capability as well. It just gives people options to choose what they know.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you first walk into the stream store, this little symbol here on our little floor here, this logo, I can't even talk right now. You are going to get a message from it because it is a welcome mat, but it will only give you that message the first time around. And right now, I believe I have everything, all the scripts set to not running, so I have to turn that one on. And of course, Nikki owns it, so. And I've already walked over it multiple times. But it will automatically pop up with a little message in the corner that asks if you want the landmark, if you want the free gift, which I haven't quite added to it yet. Because when we transferred over from Halcyon to OpenSim, the mesh didn't quite mesh. So I have to re-upload the free gift for Galaxy Streams that goes in the welcome mat. So you'll have a landmark note card that basically tells you how to use the vendors, the free gift, and the group joiner. You'll have those options. If you don't want to use any of those options, just click ignore and go about your business. Okay. Back to the map here. As you're seeing here, there's a bunch of empty regions right here. Galaxy Way, Galaxy Bay, Galaxy Cove, Galaxy Cape. These are regions that are actually for rent. These do cost glow bits. Um, as you can see, I have them all divided. Like this one is quarter sim rental. These are half sim rentals, and these two are full sim rentals. They are already pre-terraformed, and they cannot be terraformed any further. But that's why they are rentals and not, by regions or anything like that. If you want your own region where you have full control, that's something a little different. We will be offering it. And we are slowly getting that set up. If we go to, let me see, go to the Moonlight Estates portal.
You do have to log in order to see that particular menu.
And I believe it doesn't show.
Yeah, no. Right there under purchases.
Okay.
Yeah. So you'll
As you can see,
Go ahead.
But you can see kind of what it's going to look like. It's already been created. It just has not been implemented yet.
Yeah, we're just waiting on just the right time to set it up and get things fully, and it is working. If you do want a region before we get it going or something, contact us and we'll set you up. But
Yep.
we're just kind of still figuring out how we want to do it and how we want to push it and how far we want to go with it.
Right.
So, it's available. It's just, we're just still deciding what we want to do because, like I said, we're not all about the money and making a profit, all that. But, sure, we would like to offset some of the costs, but.
And you could probably tell that just from looking at, what you're seeing on the coming soon sign. A scenic region, $2 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. These prices are monthly. They are not weekly.
Yeah. Yeah. $2 a month for what? 10,000 prims or something like that, or.
Well, I couldn't tell you because I can't click on it and tell you.
Well, yeah, but it gives you. I think a standard region has what 45,000 prims.
I actually. We were thinking about seeing if we could go up to 60, but it all depends on the code.
Right. Yeah, I have to double check the code and the limits. I think 60 will be more reserved for the VAR regions.
Okay.
2x2s and bigger, and I think maybe 40,000 for a 1x1 full region, and then step down for like oceans and scenics and homesteads and all that. Like I said, we're still discussing how we want to implement it and what we want to do, and just so it all makes sense and any of the prices we choose are realistic. And we don't want to gouge anybody, but we do have a few costs we'd like to offset. Because the more money the less money we put out, the more money we have for our own personal needs. But as we keep mentioning is Moonlight Estates and everything we have up is all running well within our means. So we're not, we can't make the server rent, we can't make our hosters rent, so we're gonna have to shut down for a while. It all runs essentially out of my workshop, on our good internet connection, all that. And we plan on being around for a while, and we don't ever really plan on begging, hey, we need money, hey, we need this. The only time we will ask for help is if we have something that's failing or something that needs to be replaced, a hard drive or chip or something. But I did my research and I shopped wisely, so I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Yeah, and when I should say if that does happen, where we have to, offset a big cost like that, you'll most likely see Moonlight Estates do like a big fundraiser type thing. Well, we'll offer certain things for a certain amount, stuff like that.
And
Uh,
maybe some fundraiser events or stuff like that. You know.
right.
But
And we're
I chose everything, all the components and all that, so it's all well within our means. If something starts failing, and I got ready to raise and all that, so if a disc goes bad, I've got like a month to address it before it becomes critical. I've got my backups and all that, so we're pretty, knock on wood, we're pretty self-sufficient right now, and we don't have any aspirations to get so big that we can't handle what's going on. Like another certain grid that out there, they got too big for their britches and fell apart. They made some unwise choices and it became unattainable.
Yeah. If you haven't figured it out yet, some people probably do recognize us from that other grid. Um, that is where Moonlight Estates was pretty much founded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
we're talking about in-worlds. We were Moonlight Estates and in-worlds. We had 4 regions, our homes and all that, and it was in kind of a, I guess you want to say, a dark period of our lives where we were living, kind of beyond our means. Just making a few dollars stretch, and it was fun while it lasted. And okay, let's kind of branch off and do it ourselves when the code was released. And we've been working on this project since 2016. I think Moonlight Estates on Enrolled came about, what, 2015, when you got your HP, your all-in-one.
a little before that, it was right about 2014, because it was the lovely Miss Savvy that introduced me to InWorld. And she had brought me over, introduced me to it and everything. And I was there for a couple of weeks. And then, of course, I ended up going back to SL because they had more stuff and more availability. Mesh was just coming out at the time. Um, and InWorlds didn't quite yet fully support Mesh. And the viewers that you could use to log into InWorlds didn't fully support Mesh yet. So I went back to Second Life for a while, and it came about where I was telling you about InWorlds, and we were like, well, let's check it out again. And that was roughly about 8 months later in 2015 when we checked it out again, and we were like, okay, this will actually work now. It was fully mesh supported, and the viewers were caught up and everything. So we started
Physics
building
were
there.
great, and things just uploaded. There was no upload costs, so you'd have to sit there and upload 15 times just to get it right. It cost you every single time. It was just they weren't big on money and making but unfortunately they got really really big and really popular because of that, and they just made some choices as far as the infrastructure, and they couldn't obtain it. They thought too big too fast,
Yeah.
and we don't plan on doing that. We don't want to get that big. We don't want to get huge and popular. We want to be popular, but we don't want to be the grid. We're not looking to replace anybody. We're just another alternative where someone can go and meet people and have fun, and just a safe place.
Mm-hmm.
And some other projects that we want to go, and people don't have to worry about, well, I can't make my rent, I can't afford this, but or I want to go over here, I want to develop because everything is free. I can upload all I want and create, and then bring it over to the big commercial grid where they don't have to pay for it once, and and do their stuff. We just want to be a safe haven for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay, so now we're going to show off Partido Isle a little bit.
And you all missed a great event on the 13th. Well, we had a good friend join us, and she was dancing out there, and we were having a good conversation. So, we plan on having another event pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a couple of weeks. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll definitely be after the first, because of the broadcasting issues that I've run into with Windows 11. and that's a lot of the broadcasters aren't quite compatible yet with Windows 11.
Yeah, they're the ones that you have that are free or reasonable are mainly Linux based, and you don't have a Linux machine really. I mean, it'd be easy to set up for you.
Yeah, but I'm not a friend to Linux.
Yeah, but I mean, it's simpler than it used to be. But you really like the software that you've been using for what, almost 12 years now, at least.
Yeah,
You're extremely familiar with it, so you want to be comfortable with that, and that way you're not chasing bugs and, oh, I gotta wait, hold on, while I fix this or learn how to do that, because you know the program.
right.
And plus we got a lot going on the next couple of weeks, and especially the next couple of days.
Now, unfortunately, I can't use that same broadcaster because it is a little too expensive. But there is an alternative that is much cheaper. Um, and it has a monthly cost instead of a yearly cost. So I will have to kind of learn that broadcaster a little bit, but it is the best option out there for someone on budget.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, we want to keep everything sustainable, so we're not begging for people for money, and and everywhere you go, there's a pop up. Send us more money, and don't click past this link. We need your help. We don't want to do that. It fills the internet. Wikipedia. OS Grid, Second Life. Everybody's begging for scraps.
Yeah.
We just want people to be comfortable. Well, I can't afford that because I've got you know behind on this or behind on that because job market and food is so expensive, and we don't want to put people into.
A dozen eggs are $6.
Yeah. We used to get 3 dozen for 5.
Oh, I don't know. 5 dozen actually.
5 dozen.
The 5 dozen was $5.87 is what I used to pay for them.
Now you're paying $30 for that same box.
Yep.
Yeah, so we know times are hard, so we don't want people to worry and people to disappear because they can't afford things. And so for some people, this is their only escape because they don't have a vehicle or they're bedbound or they're sick or it gives them a place to get out and be something or be somebody and interact with folks and just reach out.
Absolutely. Not only that, but I learned early on when I was first starting in Second Life that the virtual world is also a place for people to come to be themselves if they can't do so in the real world.
Yeah.
There's so many people out there that can't express who they are or for whatever reasons they may have, whether it be family or society or whatever it is. They come into the virtual world, they're able to express who they are and feel like they can be themselves.
Yeah, it's a great place. It's a great place to make friends and get to know somebody, over years before you actually meet face to face. Yeah, you get to trust somebody, and that's how I met one of my best friends. Who took care of me, and for a couple of years, say, hey, you need to come out this way, and took almost 2 years before I said, okay, I'll do it. And, you know, it's a safe place. It's a safe way to get to know folks and to reach out and express yourself, express your creativity, and hopefully with my current project, a place for folks, that have some problems or some issues can go somewhere safe and discuss that stuff in a safe environment. And hey, this happened to me and this is how it affects me. How do you get past it? And traumas and PTSD and for our heroes out there. And, it's a safe place. Safety of your home. You don't have to worry about being out in public and being uncomfortable, and you're in your home. You're safe, or you're wherever it is you choose to have your safe haven.
Mm-hmm. I myself have been in situations that are not so great throughout my life. So, you know, it's not just a safe place for heroes, it's a safe place for anyone that
Yeah,
may have gone
anybody.
through
Yeah.
anything. Um, you know, if you aren't one or you know someone who is an alcoholic or a drug addict or um, has been through some type of sexual assault or just an assault in general,
Physical
basically
abuse,
anything.
mental abuse, even job problems and all that. They have a job that's pushing them beyond their time, and they don't have time for their family. Place to instead of yelling at your husband, your wife, your kids, you come out here and you talk to people who have been in that place, and you get wisdom. And this is what I did. This is how I dealt with. Or check out these folks. They helped me out when I was down and out. And a great place to just interact and exchange safely,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
without turning to something, bad that might hurt you or your family or someone else, A place to go and say, hey, this is what's happening to me. How did you deal with it? And, oh, this is what I did. Or, yeah, I know someone who went through something similar to that, and this is what they did. Or even just some place where you just want to come in and like your boss dumped all over you because they had a bad day, and you didn't have the right shade of purple for them, and they just and some place where, hey, I had a bad day, I'm mad, I'm angry, and I don't want to go yelling at my kids, or I don't want to kick my dog. And you just come out and you just unload to folks who understand.
Yeah.
And when
And
you're done, it's like, hey, I feel better. And then you go and you sit with your kids and watch a movie, and have a good meal with your family and all that.
yeah, and there's also the aspect, if you don't want to talk, you just want to, relax and unwind, you can absolutely do that as well.
Oh yeah,
It's one of the beauties about, events and things like that. You want to be around people, but you don't want to be around people.
yeah. You want to interact with folks, but you're stressed out, so you don't want to sit there and somebody smells bad, and it's like, and then you start yelling. You just come out, hang out, unwind, you just let all the stress go out because you're dancing and having fun. And then you go off and you do your thing, a place to blow off steam. So many different ways to to use the grid and everything.
Absolutely.
Or you're a new artist, or you're learning Photoshop or a 3D program, and a place to just experiment and go crazy and not have someone look at you like, what are you doing? That just looks like
Yes.
crud.
Some people would be extremely surprised about how much you can learn just in the virtual world, because I was not a very proficient in Photoshop, and I knew nothing about making a mesh object or a 3D object or anything like that before I came into the 3D world. Um, so I got pretty damn good at Photoshop, and I got, halfway decent at working with 3ds, making, mesh objects and things like that. So there's a ton of stuff you can learn.
You're even learning some scripting.
Yep. I'm more of a tinkerer right now. I can
Yeah.
take a script and tinker with it until I get what I need. Um, but I am slowly learning.
You're just a dirty tweaker. It's a great place to learn new skills and try stuff out and experiment with things that you probably wouldn't consider touching. It's like, you'll see someone, oh, how did you do that? Well, that sounds really cool. And it leads you to something else, and maybe a whole new hobby or whole new career. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Excuse me.
You could be an accountant, you crunch numbers, and you come in and you express yourself artistically, and now you're an artist. You're doing other things. Broadening your horizon. I didn't get into 3D design and all that until I was big in flying, and I got into flight simulation back in the 80s, and met a really great group 20 some odd years ago now, and they got me into 3D, and what I do. Now I'm printing stuff and painting stuff, and it's just a long chain of experiences.
All right. So along those lines, it's part of the reason why we have places like Partido Isle. Partido Isle is our main event sim, which means we have multiple places on this particular region alone that house events. This is one of them. Okay, this is the main Moonlight event center. And as you can see, it's just a nice little pavilion with a dance ball and a lot of room to dance.
Mm-hmm. People can be DJs, crank some music and, you know, go crazy on the microphone and, just be themselves.
Absolutely. And that's what I do. I love DJing for events. I am, mainly a classic rock DJ, but I do venture into other genres. There are some that I do steer clear of, not because I don't like those genres, mainly because I don't listen to them, so I don't know them very well, so I can't do them justice. So I don't touch them. Where my focus lies, like I said, is usually classic rock, but I also love doing 80s. 80s is a very fun, very upbeat, very colorful event to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do themed events as well,
Halloween stuff and witchy stuff and
and
Christmas stuff, and not just the holidays, but you do, different events.
Beach parties.
Yeah, beach parties, surfing parties,
Which leads us to our next area, which is North Shore Beach, right here on the same region. Okay, and as you can see, there is a dock over here with some couples dance balls, a little bar, and a ton of land, a big, huge freaking grill.
The Texas side grill.
Yeah.
Which was inspired by a real life 18-wheeler that's a grill.
Yes.
And was it Bremen, Texas or something? Or?
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, so, this is where the beach parties are, that's best in beachwear kind of thing.
Yeah.
As of right now, there's no, actual prizes or anything like that for winning contests. So, eventually I may give away, free objects. You win a beach party thing, you get, a whole new beach outfit or something like that, or, little stuff like that. Okay, so over onto the next area. This is where I plan to hold, like, a lot of ballroom type stuff. Okay. This is the dance pavilion.
Yeah, the more formal and classical stuff, I guess.
Right. And that's pretty much where this is where I plan on housing that stuff. There's no dance ball yet, and the fires aren't lit yet, but we're getting there.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be a dance. It could be, a graduation ceremony or even just a lecture or something, whatever. Hey, I like this area. It suits my theme, and I want to use it.
And we're very open to that. Okay, last but definitely not least.
Bubba J.
We have Sonia's favorite spot, which is Bubba J's Ice House. And if you can't guess it by the name alone, this is mostly a country bar. Okay, we've got the dance ball, the dance floor, we've got a little bar, fireplace, there's, little seating areas over here. And on the other side, in the other nook, we got a little kind of like mini barber shop.
Shaving a haircut, 2 bits.
Yep.
Just a cool place. Well, the song is Shaving a Haircut. The dun 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 dun. It's called Shaving a Haircut, 2 bits.
But as you can see, there's plenty of stuff. Lots of seating areas and all that kind of stuff. Nice big dance floor with a dance ball. No, there's no shoutcast board in here.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't like the shoutcast, but there is music playing. I don't want to play it because I don't want, copyright and get muted because we played a popular song, but
yeah,
that baloney.
yeah.
But there is music. There is a stream currently going. It's playing, popular country.
hmm And of course, it's at the top of the mountain on Partito Hut. And down in the middle, you can see we have a nice little waterfall with a little pond in there. Um,
I think you still need to put a rock down in the center there at 128, 128, because people jump into the sim from, that's kind of the default landing for all sims. And you end up down in the water under, stuck in a rock. So if you put a little platform, so if they do pop in the middle of the sim, they're not stuck in the water.
okay.
And that's just a coding issue. There's really no way around it. I mean, you can set a landing spot, but it doesn't always work.
Yeah. Okay, so from here, we're going to go over to Moonlight Sandbox, which is a small region sandbox. Um, this is what we consider the small builder sandbox.
Yeah, just a small little projects.
Just building little things.
Yeah, it's got
It's
the signs for people who are just learning to build.
Right. It's got our little tutorial center. Yeah, and of course, if you're driving a boat or something, you can pull up right up to the dock and come onto the region. Or you can easily use the teleport hub on the main landings area. And there is a direct teleport right here to Moonlight Sandbox. Okay. And there's little hidden things everywhere on the grid, so you kind of have to make sure you check out every little nook and cranny. If you look down here in the sandbox, there's a little fire pit down here. Um, and I'll show you more examples too, but there are little hidden treasures everywhere on this grid. You just gotta look for them.
It entices people to explore and just instead of TP to TP to TP, they just walk around and fly around. Oh, I didn't know this existed, and it's a great way to find stuff and run into people and
Absolutely.
see new things.
Okay, so the next region we have is Moonlight Botanical Gardens. Everything on this region is free to copy. Okay, so the waterfalls, the rocks, the flowers, the trees, everything free to copy.
It's where you get all your landscape.
Not all of it, but
Well,
it's where you get a good majority.
Yeah, good. It's pretty much all the free stuff that was collected all over the hypergrid and a lot of Linda Kelly stuff. We just put it all in a good place for people just to kind of go. They want to put stuff on their home lot or their home region. It's a good place to grab all their stuff.
Yep. Okay. This next one is in no way, shape, or form finished. It's not even really started. I haven't gotten into deep on this one, and some of the stuff that's on this region is going to not be there. And this is Pride Isle. And if you can't figure it out by the name, basically, if you are gay, lesbian, transgender, it doesn't matter what you are, pansexual, it doesn't matter. This is the region where everyone is welcome. Yes, you are welcome throughout the entire grid, but this is one specifically just for you. Because if someone was to hate bash or bully in any way, and I hate saying these, but if someone was to say, "Oh, you're a faggot," because you're on this region, then they get banned. Period.
And this is all someone who might be questioning that part of themselves. A place where they can come and find someone to help figure that out and explore again in a safe way in a safe place.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, don't take the decor and the empty region mostly that to heart because, like I said,
It's a work in progress.
Oh yeah.
She's very particular and very, um,
Anal.
yeah, and she's perfectionist sometimes.
Yeah, I'm very anal. Okay. Um, as you can see from my map, there is a huge mega sandbox for people who want to do large builds and things like that.
Yeah, it used to be just one big flat spot, but we found another land mass from another region that kind of gives a bit of variation in the land so people don't have to build something on something flat. They can do multi-level houses and there's some water spots over there that they can do some water things and
Right.
it gives them a nice palette to work on.
Yeah. I'm showing them right now. I'm on Mega.
I see.
Um, Basically, if you want to build a cliffside house, if you want to build a lakeside house, if you want to build a house that, sits up high, but it has a lower level, you can do that on this region. That's the whole purpose for it, like Sonia said. Those multi levels really come in handy, when you're wanting to build things that are multi level.
Yeah, if you want to build a bridge or something, there's two mountain areas where you can build a bridge, and
Absolutely.
it's
Okay.
got a good palette.
Yeah. Okay, the two regions that I'm currently looking at, you're seeing one with a black ground and one with a green ground. Um, those are testing areas where we load up certain ores to figure out what we want to do from there. Okay, this reticulation, you've probably seen quite a few things already on other regions that I've showed you, kind of like the event center. I have the floor, the formal dance floor.
Yeah, it's from a creator back in the day. This is kind of their collection of stuff, and
Right.
it's just a place where we find neat little things and some statues and it's just a collection of stuff that we like and we grab and we'll put somewhere else and it's just there's motorcycles, there's planes, there's statues, there's scripts, stairs, animals, dragons, just all kinds of stuff.
Absolutely. And I mean, as you can tell, mine's a different color. I've retextured and everything like that to give it, my own spin. But, this is where we got it from. Okay, the green land is a free ore that we got um, from Outworlds, and it's the Avatar Center. And it's currently on our main testing region. I will eventually be taking stuff off of here and putting it into where it will sit permanently. Like there are costumes and stuff like that. I have a little shop that's called Misty Moon. So all the costumes, both male and female, that you find here at the Avatar Center will be at Misty Moon. Um, I have a little shop that's called I See You. And it has all the different eye colors and eye shapes and stuff like that that you can get, like the cat eyes. Those are pretty neat. And the hair shop is, unfortunately, the hairs from this are pretty bad.
They're early generation hair, but there's nothing wrong with my hair currently is considered old and so 2006
Yeah,
but just because it's old doesn't mean it's bad.
The hair on Avatar Center is bad.
It's your old original Photoshop hairs and all that, but there's some people that can pull it off.
Yeah, there is. We do have a shop, and I'll show that to you after, that's called Serenity Salon. It has now. Don't get me wrong; they are older hairs, but they are beautiful, and they there's so many different things you can do with those hairs. Um, I actually want to get in touch with the original creator if I can, and see if I can't get permission to bring her entire collection over here instead of just a few pieces. Um, but that's going to be a little tricky trying to get in touch with her because she's originally from Second Life, and I don't know if she's still there anymore. But okay, so that is, like I said, this region won't stay like this because it is our main testing region.
You'll see stuff come and go. Reticulation may always be there for us to grab stuff from. There's also other people can come in and, oh yeah, I like that. I want to use it on my sim or in my place. You know?
Speaking of which, I have that beautiful gem mining area on the ranch. I'm gonna go over here to reticulation and grab this big, huge freaking gem. Because I want it on the ranch. And it's called Crystal Mountain. But that's exactly, what we're saying. We just kind of see something that we like. It's, oh, okay, yeah, I can use this here, or I can use that there.
It's a great place to grab some parts. Reticulation is one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's like we have these dinosaurs and dragons and stuff on this land. I do plan on having a prehistoric region, where it will actually have breedable dinosaurs. So some of the decor items on reticulation with the prehistoric stuff will go great on that region. There's a little something for everything on this particular ore. It's a nice ore.
Great place to get things and get inspiration.
Yet the only thing I'll never touch on this ore is the great big spider. That to me is a no-no. Okay. Sorry, I had to readjust. Alright, so from here.
Don't go too deep on this one, and the other one we'll do another Moonlight Monday, doing Smuggler's Point and all those lands and all that. We'll do a whole Monday on those places.
That's fine. I'm just showing this one off because it's right here in the mainland.
We got another whole pirate area, that has a lot of that theme going on, and another section of the grid. We'll do a whole Monday just based on that.
Yeah, most likely.
But I do want to make some changes to that area so it runs a little better than it is right now.
Okay.
I just haven't really taken the time to sit down and do it.
Right. Okay, so as you can see, we have Smuggler's Point here. It is the very first of our pirate regions. And like I was just saying to Sonia, this one is connected to the mainlands. That's kind of why I'm showing it off a little bit. And yes, that is a ghost ship.
And it's another freebie from Outworlds, from the Outworlds
Yes.
collection.
That it is. And it's an amazing little freebie. It really is. But, okay, like Sonia said, we're not going to go any deeper than that because we will do a whole Moonlight Monday for that.
That deserves a whole stream in its own right.
Okay, let me see a little lighthouse here. I will get to that main section here in a minute.
The Lighthouse is another freebie from a Linda Kelly collection.
Yes, it is.
I don't know if it's the same one from the freebie mall or not. I think it is, but I'm not sure. It's been a while.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But I grabbed it, put it on its own little island over here by the arena. Or the marina, not arena.
I'll get to showing you the marina and the residential areas here in a few. Let's see. For right now, we are heading over to the Starlight Aloha Mall that I promised I would show you. Okay, so we are now on Starrise Isle. Now, normally, a person would come in over here, close to where this dock is. Okay, so you can boat into this area, and of course, you can dock your boat over here and walk into the mall. There is the Hypergate Hub, which leads to the main landing areas, and of course, the Open Sim World Teleporter. So, hypergridders can be able to come and go. So these are the little shops, and of course they are free for rent. Each one is, again, they are numbered. And I showed you where the rental boxes are and everything in Moonlight Land Holdings. So it's pretty much just two strips of little shops on each side.
Yeah, if the land looks a little familiar, it came from the testing region, the texture mall or whatever it was called. The Avatar Center. Yeah, it's basically the same land, just modified a little bit to suit what we needed. One of the reasons why we bring up those testing regions is a good place. Oh yeah, I could use this, or
Yep, absolutely. Okay, as you can see, there's a couple of stationary seagulls and a seal. Go up on the bridge, and this bridge is one of Sonia's awesome builds.
The Bow Bridge from the original Moonlight Estates on In-Worlds.
Yeah. Okay, at the center point, if you just want to sit here and looky-loo, you can. You can see some things moving off here in the distance. Those are turtles. And you can see the fins sticking out in the water. That's the shark. Turn around, look around the other side. Oh, wait, there's another shark.
Shabu?
And you can see the whale.
Free Willy.
Now, if you're really adventurous, you want to put on some swim clothes, dip down into the water, hidden area to explore.
Well, don't show them all the hidden areas.
I'm not. Trust me.
Just kind of a teaser.
Yes, this is very much a teaser. Because there are a lot more underworld areas that you can explore on this grid.
Underworld or underwater? Or a little bit of both.
Yeah. So this is the Tiki Mall. Very simple, but it's a nice little place to set up shop if you're only looking for, like up to, 50 to 100 frames per shop. This is the perfect place to do that. Okay. So from here, we're going to keep going this way. Okay, and all these trees and everything that you're seeing that I'm flying into at the moment, these are all free to copy.
These are all the trees that wouldn't fit in the botanical gardens.
Pretty much.
Where the botanical gardens is mainly for, bushes and plants and pots and stuff like that. This is the forest where you come for all the big trees.
Yep.
Pretty trees, mesh trees, sculpty trees, all different ones to suit different needs.
Pine trees, palm trees, flowering trees. You name it, it's pretty much here. Okay, so here, I'm going to show you one of the empty rental locations, because I know I was in Moonlight Land Holdings and you saw the pictures of the parcels that are available. This is one of the parcels. Okay, so if you walk up the, can't too, but if you walk up the little deck here, you can see it has, you can touch the Moonlight Rentals sign for an information note card, which will give you all that information, and it also gives you another landmark for the
Rental
Moonlight
center.
Land. Yeah, the Moonlight Land Holdings. So there's that. It tells you whether Jupiter is online or offline, or Nikki is online or offline. So either one of my avatars, if one of us is on, you'll see it through these. Okay. The next sign here gives you the details. So region Starlight East. This is lot L01. It allows 1,681 trims. It's 2,448 square meters, and it is designated as light commercial. Now, when you click on the rental boxes, it tells you exactly what light commercial is allowed and not allowed. Same with for commercial, residential, scenic, all of those. Your rental card will tell you what's what. But that's just one of the little sections that we have there. Okay, so now we're going to go this way. As we are heading towards the residential area. And I have to tell you right now, I'm actually in awe at the fact that I haven't crashed yet. Okay, so on Starlight Central, right before you hit the residential area, there is a little shop called the Home Store. In this store, you're going to find, guess what? Homes. So if you want an empty lot to be able to put your home on, or if you bought your own region and you want to put your home up there along with all the other stuff you want to put up there, this is where you can get it on this particular grid. Of course, you can go to other grids and get whatever you want. But there is a lot here, all different styles and variations, and you know, there's old world, new world, hobbit, lake houses, beach houses. Now, of course, there are going to be some homes that you see on the grid that are not in this store. And the reason for that is because they are not hypergrid homes. They were built by me and Sonia.
Custom homes.
Yeah. Okay. So from there, we're going to go over to this area right here. We are now on Starlight West at the Moonlight Estates Residential Rental Office. And yes, there is a open SIM teleporter and a hub. So now we'll walk into this building here. And as you can see, some of these are mostly ready. They have the rental boxes already. And the landmark, and of course the picture of the house up on the board. The rental boxes just haven't quite been enabled yet because I'm still double checking all the scripts in the houses, making sure everything works properly before I make them available to be able to, for someone to grab.
Make sure all the doors and windows.
Mm-hmm. And as you can see, this particular rental office has all three of us, both of my avatars, both Jupiter and Nikki, as well as Sonia.
I don't do much with the rentals, but I can help you if you have an issue with something resing or a property setting or something that I'm familiar with. But as far as doing your rental and paying rents, if there is a rent, you talk to Nikki or Jupiter. But I can help you on the technical side of things. So that's why I'm on there.
Exactly. Okay. Now there are, of course, the hypergrid homes that are already rezzed out. The one I'm looking at right now is one of them. As it finishes rezzing. It's still loading. But this is one of the hypergrid homes. We do have a few of them rest out. This is another one. So we have a lot of homes that are already rest out, uh, and almost ready for people to live in them. We have a pretty good sized residential area. At least I think so.
And this is all the free residential, right?
Uh, yes and no.
So there's some free. So if you want to come in, you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money, you can get a free home. But there's also a place where if you want to, spend a little bit of money for some extra, I don't know, privileges or whatever, who knows? But it's just, it's something for everybody.
Right. We do have certain areas that are specifically reserved for what we call our premium members, because we will have VIP packages available. So if you say you got one of those VIP packages, you automatically get a mainland home. So we have empty lots that are specifically for um, those VIP packages. They can pick any home that they want, um, and we will put it, or basically put it on the land for them, and they can set it up however they want. Um,
Yeah, and the VIP packages, are just something that, people, if they want to support us and help us out, it's just a quick and easy way for them to pitch in.
right.
Not something we push and say, hey, we got to do that. You want to, yeah, get a $5 a month VIP package and just help you guys out because I think what you're doing is cool.
Right. Now, I haven't added in the regions yet because I actually want to add those in, be on the bottom side of the mainlands because it is still going to be part of the mainlands.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and those will have, basically the empty lots, specifically for our VIP members. But the landscaping and the terraforming and everything will already be done by me.
Yeah, just make them look pretty.
Yep.
I
That's all we ask. This is considered a garden grid. Um,
Having big flat squares or just green land just looks ugly and just bleh. Make it look good.
yep. So basically, a VIP member would be able to pick out which empty lot that they want, and say, okay, this is terraformed, kind of, how I would like, and you know, maybe it has water on it, maybe it doesn't. Maybe you want a beach house, so you want a seaside lot. You that's the beauty of the VIP package. You'd be able to pick the lot you want. And yes, you can do that currently with the homes that are already rezzed out and everything, but
You
you
can't
know,
pick
if,
up the home and put your own home. You have to take the home that's there. But the
exactly,
VIP member on that land, they can build their own home. They can bring in a home that they bought somewhere else or design their own home or even choose one of the freebies we got running around. So it just kind
exactly,
of, the whole thing with the VIP package is just a way someone can help support us, quickly and easily, without having to visit a donation org all the time. And, it's just, a way to help, just a
yep,
way to support us.
absolutely,
Yeah, definitely
you know,
not something we're pushing. It's like, you got to do this in order to have this right. No, it's just a way for you to pitch in.
exactly. And we will have different levels of VIP packages too, to where, there'll be like a silver, gold, and a platinum. And the platinum will get you basically your own homestead region.
All this stuff we're still, working out and discussing and how we just want to do it.
Yep. Okay, this store that I'm about to go to is on Starlight Way, and this is called Freebie Central. Now, of course, we'll probably add in some more stuff, but everything that's out here will stay, even if it's Christmas. Because you know what? It's all free. And we want it to be available year round. So anybody can grab it anytime they want. I will add images to the big old boards that are on the outside of the store. I just haven't taken the images and put them up yet. But as you can see, lots of neat stuff outside. You know, all the Christmas stuff is pretty much outside. Go upstairs.
Yeah,
Upstairs
unfortunately,
this
Bullet
year.
Sim and ODE really isn't great with stairs and whatnot.
Okay, we go into the store, and this is a massive store. Downstairs is all the women's, upstairs is all the men's. Here you will find everything. There are AOs, there are mesh bodies, mesh skins, mesh heads, mesh hands, you name it, it's probably here. There are outfits specifically made for those meshes. Shoes, they're, just everything. This is basically the main starter hub.
Where you come to trick out your basic avatar.
Yep. And like I said, all the women's stuff is downstairs. Go upstairs, and you got all the men's stuff. Again, same thing. AOs, bodies, and not fit for PG rated.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, so let's walk this way a little bit, see if we can't get around showing that. Okay, there we go. Hairs. There are hairs here too. Um, basically everything you can need to start off. Now, yes, there's less men's stuff than there is women's, but what do you expect? Side. Fly up. Okay. And also on Starlight Way, we have another freebie center. This is a beginner beginner thing. And this is Scripters Market. Has all basic beginner scripts. So let's see, load web page script, hover text script, grab bag, welcome mat, line dance, give inventory, play sounds, rotations, mirror, texture menu, greeters, spiral staircase script, poof script, dance machine scripts. You go upstairs and there's even more. Sunbathing scripts, sound scripts, loop scripts. Float on water. Email scripts. Post stands. More sounds. Multi-sitters. Swing scripts. Door scripts. Packer scripts. They're all in here. For some reason, my shelves have disappeared, but I'm okay with that because all the scripts are still there. Shelves I can replace. So this is Scripters Market. It's one of the freebie centers that we got from. All the scripts came from the script library, which is again another freebie or on Outlook. Go over here. You have illusion animations. And this used to be a lot bigger, but I've kind of divided things. Divide and conquer kind of deal.
Because it was pretty crowded with scripts and stuff on just that one section. Do need to put some more Invisiprims on some of the stairs.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so as you can see, there's some basic AOs in here. couples dances. Um, you can see in here there's model animation, single pose balls, couple pose balls, dance balls, AOs. Um, you go upstairs. There is the I actually have to change this out because the babysitter versions that are on in here are for Halcyon. So I need to change those out so they're the OpenSim based babysitters, which I have, so it's no big deal. And get the uh, media print to the right page again, which I'll get that because it goes to the babysitter main page, which gives you the tutorial on how to use it and how to set it up and everything.
She's been busy on the ranch.
Yeah. Basically, I'll end up going through each region one by one and finishing them off and getting um, any errors or things that are missing, stuff like that. Yeah, it'll take me a while, but it'll get done. As you can see, there's a bunch of animations up here. High dive, low dives, picket food, 10 bar, table sits, relaxes, both, male and female sits, unisex sits, shower skirts, all that kind of good stuff. So that's what's in Illusions.
You take your
There
time.
we go. And that is on Starshine Isle South. We are going to Starshine Isle North, which has another one of my little vintage malls. Again, this is a freebie section only with one exception. And the only reason it's an exception is because it's mine.
It belongs to the boss.
Yeah.
Right? Belongs to the boss.
Yeah, and it's basically just a small satellite store for Galaxy Streams. That is a little bit different than the main store because the vendors in the satellite store are music notes. So as you can see, I have daily ones. I have 100 listeners, 75, 50, 25, and 10s. These will all be shoutcasts. So for IceCast, you specifically have to go to the main store. But each one of these sections will have 2 live and 2 auto DJ. Except for the daily, of course, will just be a straight up live stream. It's the little Galaxy satellite store. Okay, let me walk down a little bit. This is the eye place I was telling you about. See, I see you.
I see you too.
And it has all the different eyes. You can see, so there are some absolutely beautiful colors and some beautiful designs. Like there's one, it's a storm. There it is. Bad thing about Singularity. The zoom in button isn't up there. But okay, that one's the midnight one. As you can see, the storm one. Look at the swirls in there. Isn't that beautiful? You got cat eyes. Yeah, look at the willow. Look at the swirls. Like I said, there's some beautiful eyes in here. Deep sea. All the different colors that you could possibly imagine are pretty well in there. Okay, the next one we have is the workshop. And the workshop is basically a lot of sculpting items. Well, I should say sculpting templates. Okay, these are all the sculpting templates that we were able to find from the Linda Kelly stuff that we put in here that you can take a copy of and kind of make your own things with it, put your own textures on it, your own scripts, all that kind of goody stuff. And the next one that we have is the Serenity Salon. Okay, like I said, some oldies, but very good. Because she was just amazing at creating hairs. These things are pretty great. And even for oldies, they are still very much goodies. And there is an upstairs. I'm going to click on the arrow. Brings you upstairs. Get more hair. And I don't have all the color packs or all the hairs or anything like that. Like I said, I still need to get in touch with the creator and see if I can't get the rest of her collection to bring over. She no longer creates in Second Life. Well, hello, Tiger. Yeah, but I'm very much hoping that I can get in touch with her and bring the rest of her collection over because she had hundreds and they were just incredible. I mean, the color packs alone were phenomenal. Yeah, as you can tell, I like my color in my hair to have variation. Right now, I'm wearing purple and blue. And as you can see from some of her creations, she has tipped hair, she has skunked hair. She has all different kinds of color packs. And high tiger, black color packs, elemental color packs, which is Sonia's favorite because it has the ice. Skunked color packs, white color packs, sandy blondes. There's a bunch. Candy color packs, bonus packs. So yeah, there's a ton of them. But I have the ones that I had paid for in Second Life. Is what I've got out there, and I believe that's the last one here. So that's the last shot there. So from there, back up. And we go across the bridge, which is another one of Sonia's nice creations. Uh-oh, hold on. Echo. Uh-oh.
Did you stop?
There we go. I was saying that no more. Back to the beginning. Okay, so we are on the second. I know, I feel like I'm going backwards at the moment. We're on the second Moonlight Landing, which is where we have our boat launch.
One of the boat launches.
Well, yeah.
It's where you can get all your little speedboats.
Yeah. We've got the Moonlight Maze, which is just a very simple hedge maze. Yeah, just something a little fun and quirky. Alright. Path around. Which I really need to bring some pieces into 3DS so I can make some curves and bends proper. Okay, and inside this little forest is our hub. Okay, you've got all the major regions that you can port to.
Pretty much most of the originals.
Yeah.
I do need to add one for the airport and one for the undersea area. And
we only have one empty.
I thought I saw two. empty.
There's only one empty.
Okay, yeah, but like we discussed, we're going to make different an outer ring with some places, then an inner ring to kind of separate them in, uh, I guess, region areas. So the inner ring will go to like the northwest mainland, the other one is southeast mainland, and then there'll be other little rings, kind of like little satellite hubs. So if you go to the northwest section, there'll be a ring of teleport hubs to all the different areas in that part of the mainland and whatnot.
Okay. From the hub, we have, you see another little bridge over here is an offshoot main path, and that goes into this little building over here that just says coming soon. At the moment there's nothing in the building. That will eventually be the Globit Information Center, to kind of teach people a little bit about Globits and how to get them, how to exchange them, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so keep running here. And when you see this compass, you know you're about to cross the region. Because it's right at the region line. And I believe you can probably see my property lines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So you can see the line there that borders Moonlight Landing 1 and Moonlight Landing 2.
OpenSim still has little tricky region crossings. That's the one thing Halcyon did excel with, other than the physics, was they really increased their region crossing performance. Majorly. OpenSim is getting there. It's not as bad as it used to be, but it's when you hit a region, there might be a little jump or something. It's not as smooth as everybody would like, but that's also the nature of the internet and the way things are connected, and just is what it is.
Yep. Hey, baby, can I ask you a huge favor while I finish showing off the landing?
Huh?
Can you fill my drink?
I suppose I could.
I have flavor.
You got flavor?
Yeah, I got flavor. And yes, now I have a tiger tiger. Okay, bye, tiger tiger. Okay, so we have a little pavilion over here just to sit and chat, things like that. Now, of course, if you're familiar with the virtual worlds, you should know you can't just res an item out in a main location. Most places have certain areas where you're allowed to do that. This is one of those areas. This is what we call the Moonlight Res area. Okay, so wow, those are higher than the rest. I'll fix them later. Okay. So you can go in there and res out items. It does have an auto return on there, so if you forget a bag or a box or something out there an hour later, it is going to be automatically returned to you. You'll have to look in your lost and found to get it. Okay, in here, which I need to go through and relight all my torches. But when you first create an account, of course, you go past the welcome center and everything, but this is the starter freebie area. So it has the basics to get you started if you don't want to be walking around a cloud, because sometimes that does happen. Or if you absolutely loathe all the starter avatars and you're like, well, I want something different and I want it right this second. These are little freebie sections. I have some already placed out. Like for IC, I have some basic eyes. Rugged image, which is a men's store. Some basic things out there, pixel paint, some basic texture, templates. And of course, Serenity Salon has 2 hairs out, one on each side.
And of course, landmarks, right?
Yes, there as soon as I update them, but there will be. You'll see as of right now. You see a little pin. It says touch for a landmark. So there will be landmarks to that particular store in front of each piece of lattice. Okay. And then part of the reason I set this up the way that I did with all these lattices is because I want creators, if they come in and they set up a store and they want to contribute to our little freebie section, they're more than welcome to come in, pick a lattice, put up a few freebie sections, put their landmark in the pin, and that way they can kind of draw people to their main store if they want to as well.
All that we ask is that it's a true freebie, not a demo of something that you want them to buy, but an actual true freebie that represents your full entire, capability. So, oh yeah, I really like it. Let's go see what they got. Not just, something that's, got demo textures all over it or a demo sign on it, just, a bait and switch. Be a true freebie.
There are two rules for the freebie center on Moonlight Landing. One is, yes, a true blue freebie, and two, keep it PG rated, please.
Yeah.
If you have adult items that you want to sell, then you can put up something that has, it's censored, whether it's another prim covering the bits, but make sure it's censored so it's at least considered PG.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. I ain't got no problem with that. So if you're showcasing a skin shape or something, you can do that. Just cover the naughty bits. Okay. So we're going to keep going down the path here. And I need to go to the center and start, or else this doesn't make any sense. Okay. This is the main landing area you come to when you log into the United States for the very first time. Okay. As you can see, there is an open symbol teleporter. So hypergraders can come in at this point too, but they can also come in at other points. The main sign for Moonlight States, and yes, that is Groot just dancing away. That is the event that everybody missed. But like some of you said, there will be more in the future. So this sign will get changed as events come up. Now, I'm going to take that. That's just a blank sign. And that's the event texture will go up there. So any of the Moonlight sponsored events that are DJ'd by me and hosted by my lovely Sonia or vice versa will be listed there. They will also be on the website, which I can show you in just a second. First, we're going into the Moonlight Welcome Center. Now, there is nothing in here at the moment.
I thought you put stuff in there.
That was before we had to redo the grid.
No, I thought you had put stuff in there recently, but yeah.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But okay, so
I guess that's before we had the default avatars set up and working.
Yeah.
Okay.
So from here, as you can see, we got the main Moonlight States flag, U.S. flag, because we are based in the U.S. Not that we knock other countries, that's just where we're based. Here we continue down the path. You can see a sign that says "Take a walk on Tutorial Road." You can walk, talk, chat, listen to music, building basics, texture basics, and so much more.
Yeah, this is for folks who are just learning. They came across the virtual worlds, and where they're our grid is one of the first ones they've encountered. But anybody who's been popping around SL and the hypergrid and all that, this is all old news. But we put it there for folks who may not know, or even folks who have forgot how to do certain things because they've been away for a while.
So as you can see, all these signs, all you got to do is walk through and read through them, and it basically gives you a refresher course. And you've got the learning to build on tutorial. Now these same signs here can be found on Moonlight Sandbox. Okay, so you don't necessarily have to stay here, read them all, go somewhere and try to do these things. You can actually go to Moonlight Sandbox and do exactly as these are teaching you while the signs are right there in front of you. Which I know makes it a lot easier to do that. And we're right. And that brings us basically back to the freebie center. Okay, so that's just our main, our main two regions there, Moonlight Landing 1 and 2. They're the main point when someone creates an account. That's the main spot that they come into. Okay, now this section that I'm in now, as you can see, it's still under construction, but it's quite a bit further along than a lot of places are. Welcome to Callisto. And see, we've got, of course, nice little nature areas, some little swimming area, a little rocking dock there that somebody's very proud of. And there are hidden spots here that I'm not going to show you. You're going to have to find them. But when you come in and go to either side, if you don't want a home with land and all that to have to worry about, you can come here and you can get a townhome. The townhomes aren't furnished except for the fireplace or fireplaces and a kitchen. Okay, that's all that's in here. Okay, so you have fireplace that says welcome home, a kitchen, you go upstairs, got another little fireplace. This big room, and then you got this little offshoot. It could be an office, it could be a bathroom, be whatever you want. And then go out back. Let's see if the door script is still working here. Yay! And you have a little patio out back with some sitting area, kind of nicely decorated.
Fancy.
Yeah. You can come down the steps. You can, it will even allow you to put out a little dock or whatnot to be able to have your own boat. There is a community dock over there, so when people come to visit, they can pull up to the dock, dock their boat right there, and visit you in your townhome and all that.
And it is a little close to the region border, so if your dock is too long, the part that crosses the region will go phantom because of the way the code is designed. But just be aware that I think the end of that dock is kind of where the regions ends. Well, a little bit further out, but not too much further out.
Yeah, thankfully, I did a little bit of terraforming to bring the dock in a little closer. So none of this dock is phantom.
Okay. It's just when an object crosses a region, especially a linked object, part of it will go phantom, and that's just the way the simulator code was coded. I don't know the reason behind it or not, but it's just something we came across when we first started out in 2015.
And you'll notice in some areas, especially like in Moonlight District, where the roads cross, you'll see some texture that kind of looks like it's flipping back and forth a little bit, um, and that's because it is overlapping, and that's because it is where the region crosses, um, and so there are basically two prims there, one that comes from one region and the other one that comes from the first region, to keep it from, well, to keep you from falling through.
Yeah. You know, we used to have back in the day sim crossing signs and sim crossing tapes that let you know you'd be crossing the sim, but that's before, you know, the code improved, you know, for region crossings. The Halcyon and Worlds did a really great job on that. And Open Simulator is coming along slowly with their region crossings. They're getting better. A lot of it has to do with the physics.
But these Callisto is, I would say, 90% of everything on Callisto was built by me and Sony.
Yeah, the buildings, I think everything but the trees really are, and some of the landscaping is stuff we got from other places. But the dock, the bridge, the planters, the stairs, the building, the fireplaces, all that is stuff that we built in 3DS and imported as a mesh. So this is pretty much, yeah, 90% original sim.
Mm-hmm. And of course, if you're living on this side of the region, you know, there again is another dock, boat dock. Um, but you can sit on your back little patio there and look out at Callisto Waters, which also houses the beautiful Aurora. You got really pretty northern lights up there, even though it's not northern.
Those are the southern lights.
Yeah, pretty much.
The Aurora Australis, it's called.
Yeah. Okay. Next region we are going to is Aurora Isle. And please take no offense when I say there is a section of this region that is off limits.
It's not really, it's often, it's our personal home.
Yes.
It's where we, you know, where Nikki and I hang out. But, you know, people are welcome to visit. You know, they just, you know, it's our home. You know,
Yes.
treat it as if you're in our real home.
Pretty much. And yes, that's a devil's trap on the ground. And yes, it is Japanese style. My lovely Sonia likes Japanese style.
And that's another building created by me, all original.
Yep.
And textured by Nikki.
Now, this is very much a public area up here on the hill. And this is the Zen Garden.
Another original.
Yes, it is.
I think the only thing that is not original is the Hypergate. That's a Linda Kelly creation.
Mm-hmm.
And the texture on the Tai Chi mats is one that you brought somewhere.
Yeah, I paid for that texture.
But everything else is created by us.
Yeah.
Even the gong.
Yeah.
And I actually had the gong printed out physically in real world, but it broke.
Yeah.
I got to print another one. Now that I got the resin printer, I can do a really nice version.
Yeah, true. All right. So from there, we go to Aurora Island North.
Stonehenge, or our version of Stonehenge.
As you can see, yep, this is our Stonehenge. Okay. Let's see. And I think that may actually be just about
Yeah, and we'll do
all
another
that we're
whole.
gonna cover.
Yeah, we'll do another whole Moonlight Monday on DC, the DC Island, and the project I got going for that.
Mhm.
We'll probably do another one on the shopping district, and we'll do a raceway one, and all the different places we've got. But today was pretty much your ranch, your whole ranch, and just another quick introduction to our mainland.
Yeah, just covering the basics.
But yeah, we'll choose a different place to showcase on a Monday, and as people come in and start building stuff, we'll visit other people. You know, they can showcase their stuff and show us what they got going.
Mhm.
So yeah, but I do want to say that we've been on for about 3.5 hours now. Um, I am getting a little hungry, so it is time for us to eat our dinner. It is getting a little late here where we're at. It's 11 o'clock in the evening. Yes, we are, late night folks right now. So we're gonna have our dinner and relax. If you didn't get to join us live, you certainly can watch it, on Facebook and YouTube and see what we've done and kind of know what you got in store for our next Moonlight Monday. What's up, baby? Are you ready to kind of close things out a little bit?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Okay.
I'm gonna port it over to my animals here so I can check on all their food and stuff.
Oh no, Nikki went bye bye. I'm gonna set her camera up. But yeah, that's pretty much what we got for tonight. And we'll see you again next Monday to probably, oh, we may do the Raceway Monday. And we'll have another dance event, DJ event in the next 3, 4 weeks or so. Sometime, probably around Valentine's Day, I'm going to assume, a Valentine event. But we'll see y'all next time. Good night, y'all. Say good night, baby.
Bye.